I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, listen, welcome to the first episode on our Sunday show, early show. We have one on Sunday nights as well. This is going to be great. This is going to be called Hoodie News on Sunday afternoons, guys. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. I see 8 people watching. I know this is unorthodox because you're not used to having the show this early. However, I'm glad that you're here. Go ahead and get in the comments so I can know that you're here and I can shout you out. And we can go ahead and get this thing started. Let's go, man. There's some things I want to talk about that we don't talk about in our other shows because we be dealing with family, community, Christianity, what we believe, marriage, so on and so forth. And so I thank you guys for being here today. We got information man in the building today. Give it up for my brother from another mother. Man, I appreciate you, man. You had a great show on the Monique thing. So I really, really appreciate you giving Monique that love on yesterday and bringing out those receipts. I appreciate that, my brother. We have Embrace the Grace in the building right now. Good to see you. We got the RBN in the building. TJ, what's going on, my guy? All right. So, guys, again, thank you for being here today. There's a few things I want to talk about today and get some things off of my chest when it comes to this mess, all right? The first thing I want to talk about today, I want to hop right into it is, you know, in marriage, we have to talk, we have to talk about what makes a marriage great. And I played this on the barbershop and on yesterday, on Friday, I'm sorry. And I had it was a good response and mixed reviews in the chat. But before we do that, guys, if you want to donate to the channel, I do a lot of hard work over here, right? You know, I have a lot of people come on. I paired people together who made great shows. We're on 7 days a week. Y'all can show your boy some love. Y'all can show your boy some type of love, all right? I was not, at first I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be asking for no stuff. I'm not going to be doing that. But then I had an elderly person in my life who's very important that says, listen, when you're doing something great and you're entertaining people and you're doing what you love, you never work a day in your life, and what you do will pay off. And I know a lot of you people enjoy this content. And if you do, show your boy some love sometime, right? Because, sometimes we get burnt out. Sometimes we, go through things. We got families. We got different things going on. And so we've invested our time in this. And I appreciate the people who invest their time in me as well. From subscribing, from hitting the like button. But today, guys, hit that cash app for your boy. Valentine's Day coming up. I got four ladies. I gotta help a boy out. All right. We have at the bottom of the screen, you see, if you're enjoying the content, show your support. The cash app is right there, and I'll call you guys out when you send them. All right. I appreciate you guys for doing that ahead of time. All right. So let me go ahead and hop into this. Let's get into our first topic is when you're in marriage and you look at the older couples. A lot of people don't look at the older couples anymore. A lot of women are saying, hey, the older couples the women were forced to be there. They really didn't want anything. They were just forced. Everything was just forced. And I don't believe that. I don't believe everything was forced. I think that women truly loved their men. I think that men truly loved their wives. And I think that something happened. But this couple right here, this young lady was at a marriage retreat at a church, and they were talking relationships. And as they were talking relationships, they asked the lady, how do you stay married? I think it's 35 years or 45 years they're married. Her husband's sitting right next to her. And she said this. I want you guys to take a look at this. All right, let me get myself out of the way here. I want you guys to take a look at what she said. Listen.
How you keep a man happy for 45 years?
Oh my God. Yeah, Miss Sam, tell him.
Now, for the people in the back who are deaf in one ear and can't hear in the other, I'm going to play this one more time. This woman who has been married, she said 45 years. Now, the young couple you see on there is the pastor of that church and his lovely first lady of that church. And they're having a discussion with a couple who have been married for 45 years. And they're asking, what's the secret in being married for 45 years? Let me play it again. And then after I play it again, we'll discuss it, because if you didn't hear what she said, I'm definitely going to tell you what she said. Let's play it again.
How you keep a man happy for 45 years?
Yeah, Miss Sam, tell him. Oh,
Okay.
Now, if you can look down that audience, you see the men in the audience went into a complete worship ceremony. They went into a complete worship set. There's hands going up. The pastor leads from the top of the stage and comes down with the men, and they go into song and they go into worship after what this woman said. Let's continue.
Let the church say yeah. Yeah.
All right, as you could see, they went into song. The men were raising and lifting up their hands to the Lord. The woman said, all right, for the people that are just coming in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I also want you, as family of the Black Man Unfiltered Network, to get in the chat. Let me know you're here so I can shout you out, shout your channel out, and all that good stuff and all that good jazz. All right, but get back to the video. All right, for the people that just got here, hit the like button, subscribe button, hit the share button. All right, but let's play it one more time. And the cash up is at the bottom, guys. Show you guys some love. Valentine's Day coming up. Help me help you. I'm gonna give you this entertainment. You guys send something. All right, here we go. So let me play this one more time for the people that just got here. Here we go.
How you keep a man happy for 45 years?
yeah, Miss Sam,
She was ready with that. You got upset. Look what she said.
Okay. Let the church say yeah. Yeah.
All right. Guys, you heard what was said. The young lady said, in order to, let me explain what she said for the people that didn't hear her. They said, how do you stay married for 45 years? She said, she got up and whispered into the first lady, the wife of the pastor's ear, and she said, you got to suck that dick. Yeah. You got to suck that dick. That's what she said. I know a lot of women would probably say, hell no. A lot of women would probably say, who is this woman? But this woman is proven. She's been married for 45 years. That's the secret to her marriage. She said, the way I stay married for 45 years, I relieve that man for some pressure with this mouth. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put 2 in the chat if you disagree. If you disagree, put why you disagree. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree that, hey, the longevity of a marriage is keeping that man happy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, World Class was the first one to respond. Number 1 there. World Class agrees with that. World Class came back again. Embrace the Grace says, hey, come on, we got a woman in here that is speaking life. Embrace the Grace. Thank you. Grooming in Review said the same thing in agreement. Anybody disagree? Come on, 1 in the chat. Information Man would have 1 that you have to be able to relieve that man of all pressure when that man is outside and that man is working hard and he's dealing with racism and he's dealing with people on his ass at his job. He's stressed out. When he come home and you get that thing and you work that thing and you give that man the best head he's ever had in his life, that will relieve that man. I saw a video of a young lady that says every morning she wake up, she give her husband head before he goes to work. Oh, how beautiful. Man, oh, wait that's nasty. I'm matter of fact, take heed. I'm gonna use her words today. That's nasty. But first of all, we got Blaze Macaro in the house. He says, peace and abundance, BMU mods in the chat. Hope everyone is feeling good today. Stopping through, man. Thank you so much, Blaze, man. You have always been good over here. Embrace the Grace came with that heat. Embrace the Grace says, stomach full, nut sack empty. Come on, somebody. Oh my God. She said, stomach full and nut sacks empty.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Information man said, yes, it's the best. Amen. Amen. Information man said it's the best. Okay. So if you want to keep that man satisfied, you're going to have to give that man something that he can think about all day. Now, I want to go to, we have a Cash App here, a couple of them. We have the Real Bravado Network, TJ in the building, hit his boy with a $25 Cash App. Thank you so much for that $25 Cash App, TJ, man. He is now the sponsor of the show. Anybody want to beat him out? Hey, go ahead and pull out that money and send it over to your boy. But for right now, Real Bravado Network, $25 Cash App. Thank you for sponsoring the show so far. And we got Embrace the Grace in the building today with a $10 Cash App as well. Thank you for that $10 Cash App. I appreciate you guys so much for those Cash Apps, guys. If you want to give to the channel, please do. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I would completely and utterly love you more and more every day because you guys support the channel, and that's how you show your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be calling your names out as you send Cash Apps. Okay, now, if you disagree, I didn't see anybody disagreeing with this information, but I do believe that a lot of the reasons that the relationships are bad, men are out here cheating because let's talk about it. Men are in sexless marriages. Yeah. They're in a marriage with a woman who have convinced her husband to conform to her leadership by her saying, I'm not giving you anything. I don't have to give you anything. I don't have to have sex with you. I don't have to come home and give you the best fellatio of your life. I don't have to do anything. I can come home and do what it is that I do. It's amazing. Matter of fact, take heed to the message just entered the building. My God, my God, my God.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Thank you so much for being here. Take heed to the message. Yes, indeed. Take heed to the message is a huge contributor of this message. Guys, for the people who just got here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as you're coming in. These content creators here, the world class is in the building. Grooming and reviews is in the building. Information man is in the building. Take heed to the message is in the building. Make sure you subscribe over to Black Content, guys. We need your love. We need your Cash Apps. We need your support. We need to know that you're here and you're doing well. So thank you so much for being here. Embrace the Grace is in the building as well. As you guys come in, I will be calling your names out as well. RBN is in the building. Make sure you subscribe to the Real Bravado Network with TJ as well. Now, back to the conversation. We're in a lot of sexless marriages. Women out here think that they can use sex as a weapon. Now, the thing is that they were told that by their mama. I think that men have outgrown that. I think men are not as finkel as they used to be. I remember a song back in the day. Somebody put the artist in the chat. I'm losing my memory. The song "Never Gonna Get It, Never 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 Gonna Get It." Oh, wow, wow, wow. Remember that song? Them girls used to kill that song. You ain't gonna never get it. Well, we living in a world today that all women ain't on the same spectrum when it comes to that, because there are women out here right now who are targeting your husband. Thank you, Anissa. There are women out here. In Vogue is the artist. There are women out here that are targeting your husband right now because a woman can know when a man is not getting none. He ain't getting no head. He ain't getting no sex. They can tell. and they'll start wearing down on your man, and your man will start pulling back. Your man will say, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. Week 2. No, I'm good. Week 5. No, I'm good. Week 6. He starts saying, oh, what? You really think I'm handsome? Week 7. Oh, we can go have coffee. Week 8. Oh, really? Week 9. Oh, it's over. You know why? Because women think that they have power over their man when it comes to their vagina. You have no power over your man when it comes to your vagina anymore. You can say never going to get it, but that girl at that copy machine at his job is going to say you can always get it. You can never say you can't hit me from the back, but your husband gonna go to work and take the secretary to the back. And you're sitting at home with your legs crossed saying, I got him. He gonna do what I say. But you don't understand that he hit the secretary from behind the other day. Bars, I could do this all day. So what we have to understand is that when it comes to sexless marriages, women no longer have power. Because what you have to understand is this also. There are women out here who look 9 to 10 times better than you with them little skirts on, flat stomachs, real nice breasts, talking real good. Your husband is with you. He focused on how you look. And then he go to work and see that, and you're denying your husband, and he's working with 10s, and you done turn into a 4.
Oh shit, oh shit.
You better wake your ass up. You better wake up. You've gotten a little older. Your husband got a little older. And there's one thing about man and woman. There's a difference when they age. It's one thing about a man and a woman. A man can get more women when he age. A woman get less. Right? The only 2 men that a woman can get when she's in her 50s and single is a goddamn jailbird, or a man who have conformed to the world and became a beta. That's about it. You better wake your ass up. Put a 1 in the chat if you think I'm telling facts. Put a 2 in the chat if you think I'm lying to you. Because we got to stop dealing with sexless marriage. Men have to be willing to tell their wives, baby, you got to, listen, I need that ass. I said this the other night. I know the ladies in the chat, I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear from the ladies in the chat with a super 1. Give me 3 1s, because I told them the other night, a godly woman does not participate in sexless marriage. Let me say it again. A godly woman does not participate in sexless marriage. I told a family member, she said, but what about marital grape? Wait a minute. Marital grape, how is that such a thing when the Bible says that when you get married, your body becomes your husband's? Your husband has authority over your body, meaning that ass belongs to your husband. How could there be marital grape in you a godly woman? That's class and stripes. There is no way possible if you are a godly woman and you're in a sexless marriage. There's no way that you can be at church and saying, I love you, Pastor. I love you, God, and go home and your husband's dick is dry as the Sahara Desert. There's no way possible that you can be a godly woman in a sexless marriage. You are not a believer in Christ. You are worse than an infidel. You are a demon. Yeah, you are a vaginal demon if you are keeping sex away from your husband. If you don't agree with me, put it in the chat. We got to let me go to the chat. I said that I told the ladies to put the 333 in here. Kel, like they gave me 20. Dorian, what's going on, sis? Good look, she put a 111. She agrees, take heed, agrees, embrace the grace, agrees. Come on. We had take the heed, gave an amen. So I sure do thank you. Amen to you, sister. And then we had D come back and say, why spread them legs and open wide for hubby. Come on. Because a lot of women say, I love my man unconditionally, but you'll turn the faucet off on the vagina. When you love a man unconditionally, it does not matter what he does to piss you off. You will still stay in the character and in the mood of what you're supposed to do as a wife. Let me say it again. Unconditional love. You can sit up here and talk about unconditional love all you want to, but half of you don't even possess it. Unconditional love is when your husband can say something you don't like. If you giving your husband sex every day, or you fixing your husband's favorite sandwich every day, and he say something you don't like, and the next day there's no sex and no sandwich, you do not love him unconditionally, because unconditional love means regardless of what he said to piss you off, you still gonna give him that ass, and you still gonna make him a sandwich. Somebody put a one in the chat if you agree, guys. I need y'all to be in here this thing with me today. Put a one in the chat. I ain't trying to preach, but it's coming. Put a one in the chat if you heard what I said, if you agree with what I said. Unconditional love means that you're gonna do for your man regardless of what he says or does, how he makes you feel. You're gonna do it unconditionally because you do it for your children. You can have a vase in your living room with beautiful flowers in it. Your son or your daughter can pass by it and knock it over and break it, and it was a family heirloom. You still gonna feed that child. You're still gonna make sure that child has school clothes. You're still gonna make sure that child know he's loved or she's loved. That child's still gonna get a hug, a kiss, a goodbye, a good morning, welcome home, your food ready. I'm taking you to basketball practice. I'm taking you to football practice. I'm picking you up from soccer. They're still gonna get unconditional love because those are your children. Your man should be priority over your children. I said this, and I know it ain't popular, it ain't sexy, but I will say this. God, husband, wife, children. The children are not a part of the marriage, they're a part of the family. Your husband is supposed to be put first over them children. Because guess what? When those children decide they want to leave and go have their own lives, and you're going to be stuck in a house with a man who has resented you for not giving him what he deserves. I'm sick of hearing women say, stay with me, y'all. I'm sick of hearing women say, well, what is it to submit to? It's submit to Genesis chapter 1. When he said that Adam, I created man first. I made Eve, but I created man first, and I gave him dominion over everything, meaning dominion means authority. So man was created with already authority inside of him. It doesn't matter how you see him. It doesn't matter what kind of lifestyle he's living. It doesn't matter what he's doing. He is still, at the end of the day, a man. And a man has to find his own way in his own journey. He should be respected because God says he's more closer to me than anything. The man was made in my image. It's already inside of you guys. You don't have to. You are a man. You should be respected as one. So when women say, well, what is that to submit to? I guarantee you the same man that you call a sorry ass man will be the same man you scream out for when another man grab you right in the throat, try to kill your ass while you're getting in your car from pumping gas. I'm gonna let that breathe for a second. Let me see if these cash apps that came in here. Guys, if you want to send a cash app, please send a cash app. It's rolling at the bottom of the screen. I appreciate every dollar that you send. It can be $1, 50 cents, 25 cents, or a nickel. All right. I will appreciate it all the same. All right. Right now, the sponsor of the show is RBN, the Real Bravado Network, TJ, with the $25 cash app. We also got Embrace the Grace with the $10 cash app as well. Thank you guys for those cash apps. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe button. Also, hit the share button as well to share this great content. All right. So I didn't mean to go into that real hard like that, guys, but that's what we're dealing with. Women got to wake up. If you want your man to be just your man, right? Because I hear women say community dick. Yes, it's community dick because somebody in the community found value in that dick when you did not. Let me say it again. I know it's going to piss some people off. I don't care. The only reason why you call that man community dick is because you stopped giving that man what he needed. And that man found somebody else in the community who appreciated that penis more than you did. Yeah. I don't care if you get mad. If you get mad, put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. Women have to understand that you hold the power. There have been wars. There have been torment. There have been people deleted over a woman's vagina. The power of the vagina is an amazing thing. And imagine your whole life as a man. I want everybody right now, if you're not driving, if you're driving, keep your eyes open, but just close your eyes for a second and just imagine a man works 40, 50, 60 hours a week. He comes home to a woman that he let everybody else go. Everybody else go, all the hoes, all the parties, all the clubs. He let them hoes go. And he said, I'm going to have this penis just for the woman I married. And then 3 years in, she decides to say, sexless marriage, you ain't getting no ass. Women, put yourself in them shoes. What would you do as a man when God has created you to be a sexual being and you going against the grain to tell this man he cannot have sex? Ain't it amazing that God created men to be sexual? He created men to be visual. And you mean to tell me you're going to suppress what God put in a man with your vagina because you couldn't get the jacket you want? You couldn't go on the trip you wanted to go on? Your man told you you're not going on no more girls' trips. Your man told you he needed a nice meal every day. Your man checked you because you did something crazy. And you mean that you will suppress your man from sex and also go against the will of God? God created sex, says sex is a good thing. It's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. And then you go to church on Sunday knowing the Bible says it's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing that you should do this with your husband. And you will sit there and hug the preacher, hug the preacher's wife, hug the mother's board, hug the deacon board, hug the little piano player that you think cute, and then go back home and tell your husband he ain't shit and he can't have what he's committed to and took a vow to under the law of God. Get out of here. Get off my platform. I'll get up out of here. Somebody listen, if I'm lying, somebody tell me I'm lying. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. Because we can talk about it. I'm gonna let that breathe for a second before we move on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Thank you, Jimmy. We got Jimmy. We got Angry Man in the building today. I mean, Angry Snowman in the building today. Salute to you, my guy. All right. We got Jimmy HTV in the building today. I appreciate you for that. Take heed to the mentions. Put so many ones in here. She ran out of her fingers are hurting. We got Trey. Trey said you lying. He said, I'm just joking. What's up, Trey? All right, we got a Nissa. She said, y'all funny. Never dealt with a jailbird ever. Now, Nissa, you seem to be the only female in here that's in disagreement today. The majority is speaking, Anissa. So if you got something to say, Anissa, I might bring you up here for you to say it. I may open these lines up in a minute. When this show is over, I'm going to open these lines up for about 10 or 15 minutes so we can get some clarity. So y'all stick with me now. Hang in here with me. All right. Information Man, thank you so much. Information Man just also sent a cash app. He sent a cash app for the $8. I appreciate that that cash app. Let's see, Information Man. Make sure y'all go subscribe and hit the like and subscribe button for Information Man. Great content over on his side of town. All right, Anissa. So stay with me, Anissa. Stay with me. D look at the ones. Look at those ones. Look at these ladies are showing up and out today. All right. Take heed to the message said, that's nasty, but it's true. Thank you so much. All right. So we're working over here. Take heed also said the natural order. Yes. Every woman wants to be with a man who is a godly man. But you have to ask yourselves, women, do you really want that? Because a godly man is a man that ain't gonna take no shit. He's going to go by what God says, not what you said. He's not going to be worried about your feelings. He's going to be worried about what God is leading him to do in your lives. He's not going to be worried about that. A man who is of God in the natural order of things, he's going to tell you how it is, not how you want it to be. So be sure when you're praying to God for a man and he come into your house and he said, you're not wearing that. You're not going there. You're not doing this. You're going to do this. We have a family. We're creating a family. Sit down somewhere. Watch your mouth. Why do you have an attitude? Calm your attitude down. You won't talk to me that way. You won't talk to another man that way. You won't be fighting our sons. You won't be cussing out our children. You're going to hush your mouth. Do you really want a godly man? Because a godly man equals that. A godly man gonna check your ass. He's gonna check everything that you do. All the things that you used to doing when you were dealing with those beta males who had no connection to God, that's going right out the door. That godly man gonna come right in the door and he ain't gonna holler. Oh, no, 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 no. He's gonna be emotionally intelligent. Yeah. He's gonna be emotionally intelligent. He's gonna be he's gonna be straightforward. He ain't gonna play no games. He's gonna love you unconditionally, but he ain't gonna play no games. Oh no. He's gonna come into your home. Let me give you give you a little soliloquy of role playing here. He's gonna come in, he's gonna say, you know what, Red Lipstick Vibes, I appreciate the relationship that we have. I love you. I want to take this relationship to the next level. And I'm looking to be in your life and I'm looking for you to be in mine. There's a few things that I've looked at over our past few dates and looking at your social media because I take you serious and I want to be with you. So I checked you out. But baby, I need you to understand this before we move forward because I'm looking for marriage. The way that you dress is going to change. See, he's not going to ask you. He's going to tell you because he's a man of God and he knows what God wants to see. The Bible says a woman should be modest in her appearance. So he's going to tell you, baby, you can't wear that. Oh, girls trips. Oh no, that's for single women. And I'm not going to put you in a situation where you're tempted. Neither am I going to put you in a situation where you're going to go out and do something that's crazy. I'm not going to put you around single friends. I'm not going to put you around women who are wilding out. If you take a trip, we can take couples trips. All right. I want you to know that before we get married. I want you to know that I have expectations of my woman to be an excellent woman, a woman who can be respected not only with me, but be respected in the community. I want a woman who is when she's out with the friends or she's out around other people that know me, that even if I'm not there, she behaves in a manner like I'm still there. This is what I'm asking of you. Now, if you're able to be obedient to my leadership, if you're able to do what I ask you to do, but knowing that I have every good intention for you, understand that everything that I say to you, everything that I do for you, with you, and about you is under the umbrella of God. I've never asked you to do anything outrageous outside the umbrella of God. And I need you to understand I'm moving under God's command and not yours. Would you like this relationship to move forward or not? That's what men have to start doing, right? Stop letting the pussy cloud you. Stop letting the pussy blind you, right? Because that's what vagina is intended to do. Once you get that wet thing and she bust a couple up on top of that thing and look in your eyes and tell you this is the best I've ever had, which will be a lie, you need to look at her. You know, you don't need to do that, right? If sex happens, it happens, okay? That's happened. We're human. However, sex clouds judgments of weak men. I don't know who said that. I think I just did. Sex clouds the judgment of weak men. And if a man is growing and he's growing his strength and she throwing that ass back on him and making him fall off the side of the damn bed, there's no way possible he could be that. There's no way possible he could be a great man when the vagina's running him, when the vagina is part of his life. Yeah, we got CBN in the building today. CBN, thank you for being here. Black Dave put all the ones. He said, I'm gonna add to the females today, damn it. Trey said I had the Barry White voice. Come on, Trey. I see you. I see you, Doc. D came back and said, my man plays no games, dominant, assured, but not controlling. That's what I'm talking about. Because of that, he's the series, and I have no problem giving in to him. Yeah, see, another thing, I want to stick to that real quick, just parenthetically for just 10 seconds. D, let me tell you something. There's a difference. And all women watching, I know you married women out there who are in marriages and you're trying to be the best wife you can be. There's a difference between a man who is controlling and a man who takes control. Let me say that again, because this is good. There is a difference between a man who is controlling and a man who takes control. A man who is controlling has narcissistic behavior, which allows him to destroy everything in your life because he doesn't want you to have anything outside of him. Taking control is saying, hey, baby, I see that dress is nice. I hope you kept the receipt, because no wife of mine is showing that. That's taking control, right? Most women will say that's controlling. He shouldn't tell me what to wear and what I put on my body. Yeah, he's your protector. He's your husband. He's the provider. Shut your ass up. Your husband say you're not wearing the dress, you're not wearing the dress. See, that's what we got to get to. Stop being weak men. Trey talked about this the other night. I agree with some things he said. I disagree with some things he said, but hey, that's what we're supposed to do as we're having dialogue. But one of the things I agree with is stop being a weak man. If you got something you want to say to your woman, you say it because you're the leader. Why are you cuck-a-bucking and balling up and saying, I would say it, but I ain't gonna say it because she ain't gonna give me none. Fuck the pussy. I don't give a damn about no pussy. If you're gonna let some pussy stop you from being the man God created you to be, get your ass, get that fucking tail from between your goddamn legs and walk in that room and tell her you're not wearing it, you're not going on no girls trip, and if you don't like it, you can get your ass out. Because what's going to eventually happen, he's going to be fucking the girl at his job, he's going to be having sex with the girl down the street, he's going to be having sex with one of your cousins, and then you're going to be mad. Then you're going to be on Facebook, and then all of a sudden, he becomes the victim. I mean, you become the victim when you are the person who started it. You planted the seed of a sexless marriage. You planted the seeds of not communicating with your husband, talking to your husband out of line. And then when he go bust some other cheeks open that appreciates him, let me tell you something. And put a one in the chat if you've seen the movie Fences. Before I get into that, shout out to Take Heed to the Mess. She says, shout out to my king. Thank you for choosing me. Amen. Take heed. Amen. Take heed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for putting that in there. All right. Trey said, come on, BMU. I say that all the time. I'm not controlling. I'm in control. There's a difference. Amen, my brother. All right. Mr. He said is in the building today. What's going on, Mr. He said? Good to see you, my guy. All right. Let's see. Alexander X says we got to say what we mean and mean what we say. Absolutely. All right. Jimmy said the old BMU. Yeah, Jimmy. It's been a while since this cat came out. I'm out of retirement. I'm here to stay. All right. We got a one in the chat. We got all these ones in the chat. Come on, come on. Anissa says she agreed. Lord, have mercy. All right. But anyway, in Fences, Denzel had a scene. I would play it, but they strike me. Denzel had a scene where he was cheating on his wife. He found out that he had an outside baby coming with another woman. And during that process, he said, baby, the reason I cheated, put a one in the chat if you remember this. He said, baby, she said, you got another woman? He said, yeah, baby, but I've been working all these years. I come home every day. You just stand up in the kitchen. You don't do nothing for me. You cook and you think, you cook and you clean, you think, that's all I need. He said, but when I'm over there with the other woman, she makes me smile. She makes me laugh. She makes me feel like I'm more than just a trash collector. She gives me love. She gives me affection. She gives me time. He said, you don't give me that. And then she went into saying, and she said, but the whole time I was standing right here with you. A lot of women said, yeah, look at that dog ass nigga. No, but nobody listened to Denzel. Denzel's character said, when I come home, you don't make me feel like I'm a king. You don't make me feel wanted. You don't make me feel loved. You walk around here every day like you're scripted. You don't say nothing. You barely say something to me. And just because you're doing the role that you're supposed to be doing, just because you putting some biscuits in the oven and ironing a couple of pair of pants, you think that's all I need and that's the shut off. But when I'm over there with my side bitch, she's telling me, you're a king. She makes me smile. She makes me laugh. She touches me. She makes love to me. She sits on my lap and sings to me. She tells me that I'm better, that I'm greater than a trash collector. What have you done? D in the cheetah seen it. D didn't seen it. If you ain't seen Fences, you better go watch it tonight. D said the other woman made Denzel feel good, wanted, and desired. Right? Here we go. The side piece was stroking the ego too. She made him feel good. Women want men with emotions. This is what happens. And she sat there. Oh, yes. Viola Davis played the wife. She sat there and cried, snot coming out her nose. I was sitting there with you. You know how many? And then she started telling on herself. Come on, girl. I wish I could play it. She started telling on herself. She said, what did she say? Oh, she said, you know how many times I wanted to sleep with other men, but I didn't do it? I just sat back in the chair. So you've been contemplating instead of making your man, stroking your man, your own husband's ego before your husband even cheated on you. You said, you know how many years I've been wanting to sleep with other men and I walked away from other men because I want to lay in their beds with them? Anybody remember? Do y'all remember? Go back and break it down. I had to watch it. I had to watch it over and over and over again to try to understand, wait a minute, did she just tell on herself? Guys, thank you for being in Black Men Unfiltered Network. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have not seen the Cash App, please do. I'll call you out. All right, call you out. We got great content, and sometimes your boy just want to feel a little appreciated. All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. She said that she admitted to it. I wanted to sleep with other men. I wanted to, you know how many times I wanted to do it, lay in the bed with another man and feel good about myself. So you weren't happy with your husband being a trash collector. But that side chick was. She was stroking his ego, baby. You're the best. I know you don't like it, but you are the best trash collector ever. Lay on the bed, let me suck your stress away. When I get through sucking your stress away, I'm gonna get on top of that thing and I'm gonna ride that pole like a firefighter on it. And I'm gonna touch you and I'm gonna kiss you. I'm gonna kiss you on the forehead. I'm gonna sit on your lap and whisper sweet lessons in your ear. I'm gonna stroke your goddamn ego and I'm gonna send you back home to that goddamn demon. And that goddamn demon, as soon as you get to the door, the goddamn exorcist is waiting on you. She just moving around like a goddamn don't do nothing, don't say nothing, don't interact with the man, no nothing, but that man got to get up and go to work every day. Men, I feel you. These men got to get up and go to work every day, and you wonder why these men on these platforms upset, mad, angry, ready to turn the whole world over and blow up buildings. You know why? It's because their wives ain't shit. They're not supportive. They don't support their man. They don't pour into their man. They don't give their man nothing. They just say, you know what? Fuck him. He needs to go to work. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? I heard a woman say this to my brother before. I damn near wanted to body slam my ass for him. She told him, "Oh, what you want me to do? Give you a fucking cookie? You're supposed to go to work every day. You're supposed to." And I'm looking at my brother. When are you gonna say something, nigga? You get up every day to this demon? This is what you wake up to every day? This goddamn demon in your ear every day telling you that you're not good enough, that what you're making not good enough, and she ain't making what you're making? What happened to the women who will look at their husband? Some women love their husband so much that they can be, I'm gonna take, man, fuck all this playing. Take heed to the message. Husband works for the postal service. Take heed to the message, treats that man like he's the goddamn king of Africa. She loves him. She nurtures him. She's there for him. Sex is not an issue. Head ain't no issue. She said all these things. I ain't saying no shit that she ain't said. Head ain't no issue. Sex ain't no issue. She throwing that thing from the chandelier. She throwing it on the couch while he drinking a beer. Take heed to the message that's doing what she's supposed to do as a wife. The side chicks have made many men stay with their family. You know what they say? Baby, go on back over there with him. No, you can't. Listen, I want you to stay here too. But I don't want to disrupt what you got over there because I know she gonna try to destroy you. So, baby, I love you. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow or Saturday night. But, baby, go on back over there. And guess what she doing? She over there rubbing his beard. And she's telling him, have I told you how amazing you are today? Baby, I think you're amazing. I don't care what nobody say. And guess what that man doing while he at the house handing you his goddamn check to pay the bills? Guess what he doing while he over there paying bills for a demon and that side chick over there? That's why, listen, man, It's getting to the point right now. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to have these conversations. There's no reason for a man to be in a sexless marriage. There's a reason for a man to be in a disrespectful marriage because the Bible is against all of it. And you cannot say that you are a godly woman. This is what I'm talking about, this Christianity. You cannot sit here and say you're a godly woman and you trust in God and you trust in the Lord with all your heart, mind, and soul. And your husband is sexless, disrespected, talked down to. The Bible says that a wise woman is a crown to her husband's head, meaning he's in kingship, he feels enlightened. But a sorry ass woman, the Bible didn't say sorry ass, I'm sorry. A wise woman is a crown to her husband's head, but a quarrelsome and mean woman is cancer to his bones. She'll drain him. He'll just be existing in the marriage. He'll be existing. He'll just get up every day and he'll be robotic. He'll get up and do his fucking same routine every day and go to goddamn work, leave work, come back home and deal with that demon again. And then go to work, come back home and deal with that demon again. And he just does it until he fucking dies. And that's what Trey was talking about the other night. Trey was on point with that shit. These men just work to die. They don't work to live. They work to die. And half of these goddamn men, I heard a man say one day, bruh, I love my wife and I love my kids. But if I don't wake up in the morning, it won't even fucking matter. I'm going to let that breathe. I'm going to let that breathe. Right? Look at Trey. Trey said, bruh, beard and head rubs make me weak. Bruh, these women just don't know. They don't. They have all the power in the world, Trey, and don't know what they have. D came and said, I say, ladies, be your own husband's porn star. Come on. Flip it, rub it, suck it, and be his trick for real. Come on. Come on. You talking. My thing is, man, Alexander said, bro, you got to live. Trey said, work to build so the kingdom can support itself. That was really my message. Trey said, D, you preaching. Ooh!
Shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Embrace the Grace said, happy king, happy kingdom. I love that. I love that. I'm putting that shit. Matter of fact, let me put that on my shit now. All right, guys, if you're enjoying this content right now and you got a few bucks and feel like you're in luck over here at the Black Men Unfiltered Network, go ahead and send a cash up over to your boys at the bottom of the screen. We have Real Bravado Network, who is sponsoring the show today with the $25 cash app. And also we have Grace with the $10 cash app, and then we have Information Man with the $8 cash app. So guys, the cash app is wide open. Go ahead and support your boy. I'd appreciate it. All right. Embrace the Grace, happy king, happy kingdom. You're absolutely correct. My thing is this: some men, guys, and I'm gonna say this, I know this is gonna be rude. Who gives a fuck? Some men probably would see their wives and the devil fighting on the top of a mountain. And as they are fighting, they both slip off the side and you run and throw your hands out. And the devil happens to hold your hand to save himself. And the woman's holding your hand for you. Your wife's holding your hand to save her. I guarantee you 60% of the men will save the fucking devil. 60% of the men will save the damn devil. They will save the devil and deal with him later than to save your ass and to deal with you tomorrow. Boy, listen here. There's some shit here. All right, guys. Thank you so again for being here. I'm gonna go on to the next thing because, boy, let me get off this soapbox because I can stay on this one for a while. All right, Anissa says, I wonder if he communicated that. Anissa, let me say something to you. Let me say something to you. Anissa, most women who are in tune, I'm gonna say this and we're gonna move on. Most women who are in tune with their man knows their man enough to know when something's wrong. And it's amazing to me that coworkers, the women that work at the job, can walk up to your man and say, "You seem a little off, baby. You okay?" See, if a man is being drained at home with his woman, with his wife, and he goes to work and that woman asks him that question, "How are you? Really? How are you?" She got him already. It don't take no pussy. She ain't got to pull out no titty. She ain't got to throw no ass back. She can just literally say, it's two things she could do, but I'm gonna do this one first. She can just ask him, what- black man, yeah, yeah, Amber, what's going on? How are you? You know what we say, black men. Oh, I'm good. No, 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 no. This is when she'll get you. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. That's what you tell everybody else. But I see it. So how are you really? He got him. He gone. Put a one in the chat, men, if you know that's the truth. Put that one in the chat if you know it's true. Last on Barbershop Friday, I said these words. I said on Barbershop Friday that a random woman can walk up to a man and wrap her arms around the man and hug him. And some men will emotionally and physically collapse in that woman's arms. And that woman will know immediately that, guess what? He ain't getting none. He's not being loved. He's not being nurtured. I think it's ungodly. I think it's ungodly for a man to be that broken. I think it's ungodly for a married man, to be out where a woman can touch him and change the trajectory of his day, can change that man's walk. A side woman who can touch your husband and make your husband stronger, pour into your husband and make him greater. I think it's an amazing thing that those women do that. That they could just walk up to your man and say, "Hey, handsome," and he not even thinking about your ass for the rest of the day. Matter of fact, he don't even want to hear your voice after hearing what that woman said to him. Let me tell you women something. Let me give y'all the goddamn secret. Half of y'all know it. I know Take Heed know it. I know D know it. I know, but I'm gonna Embrace the Grace. But let me tell you something. You know how easy it is to get a man to stay on track. If you want a man to stay on track, you got to stay in place. Let me say it again. I'm not trying to preach a sermon here, but it's coming. If you want a man to stay on track, women, wives, you have to stay in place. There's nothing more encouraging for a woman. There's nothing more encouraging for a woman to say, "Baby, I love you. Baby, I understand that," without him even telling you. Because the most special thing to a man, Trey is in the chat. Trey, put a one in the chat if you agree with this. There's nothing better than a woman coming to fill voids in your life that you didn't tell her about. A woman can come up to you and say, your wife, your woman, or the girl at the copy machine, whatever you women choose, right? Because these men ain't gonna be pull up with this too much longer. And she walk up to you and say, "You know what, Trey? How are you really? Do you want to talk about it over lunch? You can confide in me. I will never speak a thing that you say to me." Wow, that's what you're going through? Well, can I say something without you feeling uncomfortable? I think that you're amazing. I think you're good at what you do. And if you ever need anybody else to talk to, day or night, you can always call me. I'm here for you. Would you like to go to a movie? Can I rub your beard? Oh, no, she ain't gonna ask you. She's gonna start playing in your beard or rubbing your head. She's gonna reach out and hold your hand. She's gonna slightly stand beside you and lay her head on your shoulder just a little bit, just to let you know she's there. And the whole time, that demon at home plotting on how she gonna down you, talk bad to you, make you feel like shit because of our own insecurities. A lot of women, a lot of wives out here treat their husbands like shit because they know deep down inside they ain't shit. It's a lot of women out here that know they ain't shit. Their mama wasn't shit. Their mama didn't raise them to be shit. Her mama had sex with an ain't shit nigga. And she was the result as an ain't shit baby that grew up to be an ain't shit woman who put on a show and put on a facade for a man, and her representative showed up. Then they got married. And then 3 years into the marriage, she went from the angel, foot massager, back rubber, sex everyday woman, and went straight into what she was suppressing, that fucking demon. Guys, I know you don't watch horror movies. There's a horror movie. I love movies, every genre of movie. There's a horror movie called Malignant. And in the movie, there's this woman who has been being abused by her husband. He was beating the shit out of her. And one day he punched her so hard her head hit the wall. And after her head hit the wall, something happened in that woman. She transformed into something else. And they said that when she hit her head, the brain cells from her dead twin brother that was still in her DNA activated him. And he tore that man into shreds. I mean, cut him up into pieces. I think a lot of our women have malignant toxicity that's triggered years after their facade of that what they showed you wears off. A lot of men and women out here on platforms telling me, well, you chose the, you should have vetted. Vetting is fine. But when you have a suppressed demon and you 3 years in, that woman's doing everything for you, you travel, you love on each other, she's loving you unconditionally, giving you everything she did. And one day she said, fuck you, bitch ass nigga. And she's triggered and that woman stays there. That's who she was the whole time. And it took 3 years for that demon to come back out to show its ugly face. Take heed is in the church today. She's saying BMU. I mean, no, she said, all right now. Trey says, yep, just be solved. Ain't never going home. Trey said, BMU, you got to do a show on fake submission. Anissa is always coming with the reverse. Instead of the, and I love Anissa, that's my sister. But Anissa says, this also works in reverse. We always don't want to take accountability. Anissa, in this moment, you could have said, you know what? Women are behaving in that way. And since you're addressing the women that are behaving that way, I'm going to stick with you on this one. I do believe this is happening. But I do believe that women have a malignant tumor that needs to be removed. They have one there. And they're suffering. They're not suffering. They put on this show. It's almost like it's a mental disorder. Because I've known women who have been amazing women. I've seen some of my homeboys have amazing women in their lives. Amazing. And guess what happens? 3 years in, he calling me, bruh, this bitch hit me in the head with a goddamn fucking candle. She tried to cut me. She punched my son in the back of the head. And guess what the men have to do? Because men don't leave those relationships, right? They just stay. But guess what? Because men don't like to fail. So they've invested in this one for 3 years, got everything they want in 3 years, and in a year, you know what? It's compared to a car. You pay on a car, you get a 6-year loan. Now I hope y'all not getting 6-year loans, but you get a 6-year loan on a car just because the note is good for you. And after that 6 year, you had extended warranty, you've had gap insurance, you've had everything on the car. And year 6, the gap insurance expires, the 100,000-mile warranty expires, and now the car is tapping, or somebody hits you, or something, or the car transmission starts slipping. That's what women are. Women are, with some women are lemon law violators. They will carry you as long as they can, as long as it feels new. But soon as they feel like they got their clamps in you and they had 2 or 3 of your fucking children, and they got you invested in the family life, and they know that your ass can't do anything else but be with them because they will fucking destroy you financially, physically, spiritually. If you decide to leave, that's when they start tapping. That's when their transmission starts slipping and they start backfiring on your ass. Men are suffering in silence. Tracy, are you saying women depreciate? They do. Because sometimes women will show more value when you get with them, and then after you be with them for a long time, they depreciate it to something that's tearing apart, that's breaking apart. Most women give you that front because they have daddy issues. Their mama was a whore. These are I'm not everybody, you know, people say we go to the extremes. These are not the extremes. Some women are whores. Their mama were whores. They watched their mama be whores. They took on the whore shit. They took the right hand to hoism. And then they fuck 26 niggas, 36 niggas, and then they marry your ass and tell you you're the best sex I've ever had. How can you say that when you've had every size and stroke that you possibly known to man? They stroke your ego. In the beginning, they give you what they should give you anyway. They stroke your ego, make you feel good about this sex, and then year 5, trash in the bed, bitch ass nigga. That's why your ass work at the factory. And when you met him, he was working at the factory. But once you get those hooks in him, that's when you start showing your true self. And I feel sorry for some of these goddamn men who have been married 3, 4, 5 years. In year 5, that demon come out and show its ugly fucking face. And now you got to say, fuck, I'm 3 kids into this bitch. And this bitch then fucked me over. As the great prophet Ice Cube said, with no fucking Vaseline. Ain't that about a bitch? A lot of husbands are so invested into these demons and their children with the demons. They have a no trade clause. They have a no trade clause on their contract, just like in sports. You can't go nowhere else. You can't be traded nowhere else. You can't be with nobody else because she's going to destroy every relationship you're in. She's going to hit your ass for more child support. You try to get better and get a second job, she's going to go for an increase. She's going to take the house. She's going to take the kids. She's going to use the kids against you, turn the kids against you. Your kids going to hate you. The woman you with going to leave you. They just destroy you. These malignant, cancerous, tumor-ass females. If you think I'm right, if you agree with me, put a 1 in the chat. I want to engage with you guys for a second. If you disagree, put a 2. All right, I'm gonna go to the chat and see what y'all been saying while I've been over here on this soapbox. Trey said, no, preach that sermon. I miss Geno Jennings today. Trey says, I'm emotionally unavailable, but I agree these women do exist. Take heed, facts. Anissa says she agrees. Embrace the grace, put 1s all through here. Take heed said, oh my God. We got Mandrell in the building. Thank you for being here, Mandrell. Embrace the grace, 1s. Trey says, picking the right woman is by and far the most important decision a man can make. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Black David, all the 1s. All right, guys, we're going to move on to our next segment here. And next story that we're going to talk about. Thank you guys for being here. If you want to support the channel, the Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the screen here. So far, I want to call out the people who have already given because I want to show some appreciation to them. We have $25 from the River Brado Network. TJ is sponsoring the show so far today. We have Grace with $10 Cash App, and then we have Information Win with the $8 Cash App. Thank you guys so much. All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next segment here. That was a good one. Make sure y'all share that. Go back and share that with your people. Chop it up, cut it up, put it on your platforms. This is the real talk here. All right, the next thing I want to do is your badass kids. Some of y'all got some badass kids. We ain't gonna handle your badass kids. There was a teacher in Chicago that that did something, threw something, hit the teacher with a pencil. Is what my daughter told. My daughter sent me this video, matter of fact, and hit the teacher with a damn pencil, hit the teacher in the back of the head with a pencil or something, and poked the teacher in the back of the neck. The teacher pulled her belt off and went to the back of the class and asked the young lady, are you going to apologize for what you just did to me? The young lady said no. And this is what happened.
Sorry. No. She ain't gonna be sorry. No, so do it. You gonna be sorry? Hey, watch out.
Tommy B is in the building today. Tommy B, what's going on, my brother? It's good to see you, man. Tommy B, what's up? What's up, my guy? Good to see you, man. I hope my niece and my nephew's doing real good over there in the crib. Appreciate you for being here, man. Guys, what are your thoughts on the video? If you were a school teacher and one of the kids assaulted you, would you react that way? Information man, would you react that way? Anissa, D, Trey, what are you guys' thoughts on the video? I'll play it again because I know some people probably over there holding their pearls. But you put your hand on this teacher and she showed your ass.
Sorry. No. She ain't gonna be sorry. No, so do it. You gonna be sorry?
Hey, let's go.
Well, Embrace the Grace said somebody had to do it. Okay. I think that this is going to be a split decision amongst the masses because I think people who raise their children right are not disrespectful in assaulting a teacher. And I also want to just stay here for a second. Stay here with me. Stay with me. I think that the teacher was probably under a lot of stress. Imagine going to school and you can't handle one of your children at home. You always got to stay on their ass. But then but she's in the class with 15 of them who all acting the same. And then not only that, you threw something and hit me with it. Tommy B, yes, the lady with the belt, the scrap or whatever, she's the teacher. Before that happened, I don't know why my daughter didn't. She said she's supposed to send me the whole video today. I guess she's busy. All right. Shout out to her for sending it to me anyway. But my daughter said, I got the text right here. She said, Daddy, this little girl hit this woman in the back of the head with a pencil. And the pencil poked the lady in the neck and she whooped her butt. That's what my daughter sent me. So the teacher said, are you going to apologize? She asked her. So let's go watch it again. She asked her, are you going to apologize for what you did to me? And the girl said, hell no. Basically, no. And she said, oh, okay. Well, you're going to apologize now I beat that ass. Listen to her ask, are you going to apologize?
You gonna be sorry? No. She ain't gonna be sorry. No, so do it. You gonna be sorry?
Hey, let's go.
Put your thoughts in the chat. Let's see here. Take heed to the miss says she needed. Blaze said, you old enough to hit, you old enough to get stomped out. KP from KC5 says she's definitely in the ministry of laying on of hands, brother. Thank you. D said she learned that day. Let's see here. Trey says, nah, I can't do that. Just call me. Let me handle my child. I can whoop her ass better and you won't get fired. All right. That's a good perspective from him. Let's see. Information man says ass was whipped. All right. Let's see. Trey said, don't lose your job over a kid. Have her arrested if the parents won't handle it. Trey said that was frustration ass whooping. She tired of them kids. That's what I said, Trey. That's exactly what I said, Trey. All right. Anissa said, yeah, she definitely got fired. And Tommy B said, nah, she was a little overdoing it. Looked like she hit her in the face with that belt. She did. She wrapped her ass right across the nose and eyes. She cyclops the shit out of her. So guys, I mean, my thoughts on it, maybe with what Trey said. Trey said that was a frustration ass whooping. She tired of them kids. I do agree. I think that those kids have driven her goddamn insane. I think that they put her under so much damn stress that she snapped. That's exactly what happened. She snapped. All right, she snapped. Blaze came in and says, okay, I thought the child actually physically hit the teacher. If she just threw a damn pencil, then get the principal, call the parent, and have her removed from the class. All right. Tommy B said, you mark up my baby face, I'm gonna mark up your I'll mark up her face. But that's the thing though. Tommy B, the difference between you, Tommy, is that you raise your kids to be respectful. Right? You're not going to teach your kids to go in class and assault a damn teacher or throw something, hit a damn teacher in the head with it. Right? We're different parents than some of these ratchet ass parents. This girl right here that threw that pencil, mama probably hadn't been home since Thursday of last week. So, but I heard somebody in the background on the video said, and she was talking to the girl before she started beating her ass. I heard somebody say, you shouldn't have put your hands on her. So maybe she did. Maybe she did push the teacher. Because let's go back and watch it again. Let's listen very closely. Here we go. Let me mute.
You gonna be sorry? No, she ain't gonna be sorry.
Ah, you heard it? Somebody in the background said you pushed her first. So the young lady must have pushed her. Right? Let me go back. Here we go. Let's break it down. Here we go.
You gonna be sorry? No, she ain't gonna be sorry.
See? She pushed her. Uh-huh. There you go, Trey. Trey said the teacher said, are you sorry? And one of the girls in the class said she pushed her. So she must have threw some and pushed her, right? And tried to check her, right? Because you hear that in the background. So she did put her hands on her. She did push this teacher. Because the kids in the background are saying it. Right? Trey said she said you pushed her. And Tommy B said, yeah, my daughter wouldn't dare. My daughter be telling me about those type of kids in her class. Damn shame. And Tommy B said, it still wasn't equal. That's my problem. And Trey said, still overdoing it though. Just have the school deal with it. Right? Now, my thing is this. I want to ask Trey and Tommy a question. Tommy and Trey, y'all some big dudes, right? Y'all teaching the class, and a teacher and one of the boys come in, 16, 17-year-old kid, come in, and you tell him to sit down. He said, man, fuck you. And you say, no, you're going to sit down, and he push your head. Like he grab his hand and just push your goddamn head, and you go into the door. You telling me, Tommy and Trey, you're not finna beat his ass. I'm going to sit there right there. I know both of you. Offline. Y'all going to beat his ass. Y'all ain't finna go get no principal. Because y'all are mean. At the end of the day, you're a man. I want to hear what Trey and Tommy got to say, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Trey and Tommy B will whoop that ass. I'll put a 2 in the chat if you think they wouldn't say nothing. They go get the principal. Shit. Shit. I know these guys. You can't tell me I know Tommy B will eat his ass up. Put a 1. Tommy B said, you touch somebody's kid, you might want to be ready for what might come with that. I'm just saying, absolutely. I know damn well Tommy finna eat him up. Tommy finna beat his ass. And so, I mean, that's my thing, man. We got to be careful. We got to raise our kids to be respectful. Back in the day when I was in school, man, shit, if that happened, it was very rare that some shit like that would happen when you get physical. I've seen one altercation when a teacher, but I believe at the time the teacher deserved that ass whooping from the kid. The little girl beat her ass. It was not an older white lady. She probably in her 40s. And we were in detention. I don't know why I was in there. I was a good kid. Anyway, the girl brought in candy to detention. The teacher grabbed every individual pack of candy that was open. That was brand new, and she threw it in the trash can, one by one. And the girl stood up from the desk and beat her ass. That lady was trying to hit the intercom to call the office. Every time she reached, she caught another left. Pow! I mean, just that black girl beat the damn dog shit out of her. And that's the only thing I've seen when it comes to a teacher-student altercation in real life. Other than that, I haven't seen it. Let's see. Trey says, you can't beat on kids. I had plenty of kids try me on the streets. It's just different in a school. I understand. I got you, brother. Tommy B said, if they mushed my head, I want to be mature and get the principal. But the way my anger works, that's why I'm not a teacher. I told you. Hey, I'm with you though, Tommy. He pushed my head. I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm going to beat the dog shit out of him. Because if he pushed my head or spit on me or anything assault wise, his ass, I'm going to light his ass up. Because I think he deserves it. Trey says, no, I'm not tolerating a mush. But the difference is a push, I'm sorry. But the difference would be immediate. That woman retrieved a belt. She thought about this. but mid fight, Trey, she dropped the belt. She dropped the damn belt. They start laying hands. Man, this shit crazy. All right. Now, I want to move on to something else, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe button if you're just getting in here. If you want to give a cash app, please give a cash app. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. We have 3 contributors so far today. We have TJ with the $25, who's a sponsor of the show today. We also have Grace with the $10 cash app. And then we have Information Man with the $8 cash app. Thank you guys so much for giving to the channel. Now, I want to move on. Let's see what Trey said here. He said, teachers definitely not being paid enough to deal with these children. You're absolutely not. It's a glorified daycare for you to just go and get your ass beat up every day. That is not a job for me. I'll be fired in a month. 30 days, I'm fired. So I want to move on to the next thing here. Sukiana. Oh, look like it. Don't know the difference between a magician and a musician. Let us watch.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician. Mm-hmm. What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician. I make music. I make
I
music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said. No, I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby. I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
So you
think.
I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby. I do music.
So you just really quick. For the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So, in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician.
You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make it up. You can't write it up. It ain't scripted. You can't make it up. And these are the damn people who your children are looking up to. These are the damn people who your babies are following. These are the damn people. These are the
Oh, poor baby.
These are the people that your children are looking up to. These are your daughters are following. You should stop your daughters from listening to this crazy, dumb, ignorant ass female. And you should stop them from following her, period. Guys, it's tough. I want to get in the chat because I know y'all got some shit to say about this. Tommy B said plum dumb. D says she just laughing at her ass. Hot Sauce says this shit is hilarious. Blaze says brainless chicken head, and I concur, my guy. Trey said, bruh. She said thinking is ghetto. She said, I don't think. That's ghetto. Okay. Trey says she said, I don't think, bro, you cannot make this shit up. You're absolutely correct. Hot Sauce said he was still hit though. You're the problem. D said, oh wow. Embrace the Grace says that was embarrassing. Trey said, Father God, we come to you humbly asking, Lord, we asking for everything at this point. Have mercy on us. Blaze says, thinking is ghetto. Well, that would explain the current apocalypse. Patrick Bryan came in and says, I cooked at IHOP. I wasn't a short order cook. I love it. Tommy B said, my daughter don't follow that weird ass broad. Thank you so much, Tommy. Man. Whew. CBN says, you mean a brainless zombie chicken head? Trey says, hot sauce, you're the problem. Oh, Lord have mercy, man. Listen, it's Sunday. It wouldn't be right if we didn't have Jamal Bryant.
These hoes ain't loyal. You gotta find somebody.
Man. This is the world we living in. These are the women that are being produced right now. These are the women that Anissa wants us to love and adore and marry and be with. This is what Anissa wants. All right. Is Anissa still in the chat? Anissa, this is what you wanted from us. You wanted us to be with Anissa. This is the thing that the women are giving us, and you want us to be with these women like this right now? Shit. All right, guys. Last but not least, I'm going to bring something else. Hey, Trey's on it. Trey said, Anissa, this is your queen. Explain yourself. CBN says, ain't that she on lock, frat sister? Thank you so much for that. I like that, CBN. We ain't heard from that old fucker in a long time, haven't we? All right, guys. So let's move on to the last segment of the day before we get out of here. I know you guys are going to go enjoy the Super Bowl and watch Usher dance across the stage all femininely tonight. Okay, so I want to bring up the last thing today, and I know I'm going to bring a few of you guys up. I'm going to drop the link, and you guys come up for a few moments, and then I'm going to get off so we can all go enjoy the Super Bowl today. But let's just pay attention to the Pink Panther. Here she is.
What is it? And what's the big deal about losing it? Let me cut to the chase. Virginity is a completely made-up concept. It's a term that was created simply to control and shame people, mainly women. A virgin is someone who's never had sex, but it's not as simple as it seems. For one thing, medically, virginity isn't a real thing. In some cultures, people place a lot of importance on the hymen, a thin, fleshy tissue located at the opening of your vagina, as a marker of virginity. But the status of your hymen doesn't actually mean anything. That's because having penis and vagina sex is not the only way a hymen can stretch open. It can happen by putting something in your vagina like a tampon or a finger, riding a bike, or doing sports. So you can't tell if someone's had sex by the way their hymen looks or feels. Another reason the idea of virginity is complete nonsense is that sex means different things to different people. Generally speaking, society tends to define sex in a very narrow way: penetration, penis into vagina. But where does that definition leave queer people, or folks who can't or don't have penis and vagina sex, and choose to have oral, anal, or another type of sex instead? And not everyone's first sexual experience is consensual.
Guys, put your thoughts in the chat. Put your thoughts in the chat. I'm at a loss for words. You find I'm just at a loss. CBN said, why is this whale talking about virginity? When the last time she seen her own pum pum? Did she use a drone to find it? Wow. Trey said, "Bet." Tommy B says, we living in a goofy ass world. All right, I'm about to drop the link, guys. I want you guys to come up and talk to me about this. We're going to be up here for about, we'll do 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. I think 30 minutes will be good. I just dropped the link, guys. You want to come up and talk about everything we talked about on the show today, from the first topic to the last one, feel free to do that. I just dropped the link in the chat. But I agree with you, Tommy. Tommy B said that's hella stomach in her pants. They said Burger King stole her virginity. Tommy said we're living in a goofy ass world. Trey said no coincidence. They used a fat black chick to spread this nonsense. Guys, if you want to come up, I just dropped the link. You can come up and voice your opinion on anything that I've talked about for the last hour and 30 minutes. Guys, if you like the show, please put a 1 in the chat. If you like the show, please put a 1 in the chat. All right. First up, we got Hot Sauce in the building today. What's going on, Hot Sauce?
Hey, Black Man, salute. How's everything?
Everything's good, man. What you got on what we talked about today? All three of these segments.
I only caught the last two, man. This shit is crazy, man. This shit is absolutely insane. And basically, man, all I have to say about this shit is, man, black women got to do a better job of calling this shit out, right? The good ones have to do a better job of calling this shit out, because at the end of the day, man, like one woman don't know the difference between musician and magician. Then this hoe, right, got belly fucked by her own stomach fat. So that's why she talking about virginity ain't important. So I mean, the madness has to stop, man. This shit is insane.
Yeah, it is, brother. I just, when she said I'm not a magician, she said, but let me be clear, you do music. She said, yeah, I do music, but that doesn't make me a magician. I mean, see, now she got me doing dumb shit. It doesn't make me a musician. It's crazy. This is your queen, Anissa? Anissa, if you hear me out there, is this your queen? Oh my God, guys. If you guys want to come up, please hit the link. Come on up, man. How you been, brother?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm glad I'm outside of America, though, man. I feel sorry for y'all motherfuckers who got kids, because at the end of the day, your sons got to marry this shit.
Exactly.
Right, your sons got to marry this shit, man. And I don't know where Jesus is at, but goddamn, he needs to come soon, because this is insane.
It's bad.
This is, I mean, you got this linebacker woman up here talking about virginity does not matter. You I mean, bro, you tell little girls that, right? You know how many STDs you're creating? Forget the virginity part. You're telling them it's okay. Virginity doesn't matter. It's okay to sleep around. You know what you're saying about that, man? Like, I mean, adults should be more responsible, man. This shit is insane.
Yep. We got Tommy B in the building today, man. Tommy B, what are your thoughts on everything that we talked about today, my brother?
Weird world we live in.
Yep.
I gotta disagree with you on as far as like the black women calling them out. They definitely do a lot. I don't know how much better they can do it, but they do it a lot. They definitely do. So I don't want to put that on them, because they don't just sit around and watch this shit. They ridicule it. The problem is those voices will never be lifted up the way that the foolishness is. That's just how it works.
Right.
So,
but Tommy B, where's that? Where are they saying all this?
If you go in the comments, they're in them. Hell, when you see shows like this, usually in the comments on a show like Black Man's, you'll see them.
Yeah.
If you talk to women on an everyday basis, like they don't support this shit. I promise you, this bitch is not got a bunch of supporters like you would think. I think that's what social media. I think that's one of the biggest problems with social media is when we see stuff on there, we tend to just think that the majority agrees with what's going on. And I don't think that's the case. It's trust me, it's plenty of people that speak out against it, call it stupid, call her stupid, all kind of stuff. The problem with somebody like her, she just don't give a fuck. So, I know people be always talking about this shaming and stuff like that. Well, the only way shaming is gonna work is if you give a fuck. And people like her don't.
Yeah. And like I said, we got a few women in the chat right now. I just added both of them or three of them. If they want to come up, embrace the grace, take heed to the message, they're not putting up with that dumb shit. And I would love to get their perspectives. because the link is pinned to the top of the chat, guys. If you want to come in, and Trey says that you can't shame the shameless. And Trey, if you want to come up, brother, I would like to have your perspective as well. You can't shame the shameless, brother. How do you guys feel about the teacher? Going back to the teacher, I know you guys were real live about that in the chat. The teacher whooping that girl's ass for pushing.
I agree with Trey. That like it was too premeditated. If she had did it like off of instincts, I think I kind of would have respected it more. But when you take your time to go get a belt and bend over, then talk to her, that's too premeditated to me. And so if I was her parent, I'd have an issue with that because you've already shown your restraint. Now I feel like you're just putting on the show for the other kids. You understand what I'm saying? Like, like what you was talking about with the mushing thing, like my natural motion would be to just swing. It wouldn't be to, hey sir, why'd you mush me? And did like, nah. So and again, like I said in the chat, if you're gonna touch somebody's kids, you gotta understand what might come behind that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right, wrong, or indifferent. If you make that decision, understand what might come behind it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would imagine. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the U.S. laws are right now, but yeah, if a kid did that, I would imagine that a teacher would say, "Okay, this is self-defense at this point, right?" Because if he's pushing your head into the wall or to the door, then that would be self-defense. So that, I mean, that just gives you an opportunity to beat the shit out of him. But I mean, the dude. No kid is going to push a 6'4" man in the face to his head too, though, right?
Right.
So that's why it's important to have men teachers as well, right? Because size alone, they're gonna think twice about that, right? They're gonna think twice about that, right? If you 6'6'2", a kid is gonna think twice before he does that.
Yeah, and also I think the problem with that was too, like they said earlier in the chat, like she threw a pencil at you. Like you swiped a belt across this girl's face. Tell you right there, you touch my daughter's face, we got problems. Female or male. Like period. Like my daughter come home and it's a mark on her face, I'm coming to look for somebody. Like that's out.
Oh,
But
gonna be
she
on the
threw a
news.
pencil. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it was right. But if you're gonna touch a kid, the level of aggression should be in the same ballpark. Throwing a pencil and doing what she did to that girl ain't even in the same ballpark. So that was another issue I had with it.
Yeah, I think that she just it happened like you said. It was premeditated. She had to go get that belt, or she had to pull that belt out while she was standing there. Like she had pull that motherfucker out, and she was like, "You're not gonna say you sorry." And then after that, she dropped the belt, grabbed her by her braids, and drug her ass out of the classroom. Like pulled her by her head. Like she just snatched her damn soul out. I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, like if you throw a pencil at me, I'm gonna pick it up and throw it back at you. I'm not gonna go get a belt and beat you with the belt. That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Hey, we got information man in the building today, man. What's going on, information man? What are your thoughts?
Information man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Yo, what's up?
What's up, brother? Good show today, brother. I just you made some great points today that I wanted I wanted to touch on. I just want to say to you all, as it relates to the video that we witnessed with the teacher and the student that was completely out of control there with doing that to a teacher. If this was if this was 60 years ago, 40, hell, when I was a kid, that teacher could have got away with doing that. Because remember, I come from the time when your parents could whoop your ass in the middle of the store, a movie theater, outside. Remember when kids would fall on the ground, and I remember seeing black parents whoop that ass in public, and nobody was calling CP, Child Protective Services and all those sort of things. But we live in a world now where everything is sensitive. People are going to report. That teacher's in trouble for this simple fact. The only way, technically, that a teacher could get away with doing that to a student, even if that student hit him with a pencil, is one important thing y'all have to keep in mind. Did the pencil endanger the teacher's life? And was the teacher in intimate danger to have to put hands on the student? Truth of the matter, if that was to go to court, they could easily.
Oh, you froze up, man.
Can't hear anything. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was my phone.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, hey, I can't hear anything.
Let me hop in there until information comes back. Comes back. What's up, fellas? Look, I have
based
to
on
agree
being
with.
hit with a pencil.
Oh, there he is. You was,
I think he's back. You went out, information man.
Yeah,
you went out.
you were frozen for a bit. You were frozen.
Yeah,
you went out right when you were saying in court you could prove, and then it just went out.
Right. I was just saying that in court you have to prove that your life is in danger, so therefore you had to do what you had to do because you was indeed in a life-threatening situation. When you look at the teacher being hit with a pencil, that would not be seen as life-threatening, although the teacher, in my opinion, the child should have got their ass whipped, but it wouldn't work out in the long run for that teacher. They actually would be finished.
Yeah, well, I just saw the video. I think the teacher went too far.
Here's the issue. The issue is that little girl's paying for all the sins of all the other children that we know are badasses. That's what this really is.
Yeah.
That's what this really is about.
Exactly.
We know that children are bad as hell. And so when we see it and we see a child getting their ass, we'll be like, yeah, whoop that child's ass because we know what they're capable of. But in this particular case, the ass whooping does not fit the crime. It doesn't. It's OD. If we're talking about just a pencil being thrown, and what Information Man gave you was the definition of self-defense. You're not in imminent danger, so therefore you have no retaliation. There's no need for it, because at that very moment nothing's happening to you. You're safe. You're safe. So that's why I said she deserves. Honestly, I would make the case she deserves to be arrested. I would honestly make that case she deserves to be arrested. And I know that seems unfair because she didn't start it and she wasn't the one that, at the beginning. But when you really break it down, here's what these schools have got to get to. These schools have got to get past the students being a number and a check, and these students need to start being expelled. You throw a pencil at a teacher, that's an automatic expulsion, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're not talking. We don't have anything else to talk about, right? But we know that that's not the case because the child represents money. The child represents every seat, every butt in the seat represents some form of cash to that school. So there's a lot of things that these kids are going to be able to get away with. To me, if you called me and said my daughter threw a pencil at you, and your retaliation was to take a belt and swipe it across her face, you got me to deal with now, because it doesn't fit. The two don't match. If you call me and say, listen, your daughter threw a pencil at me, I don't know, she must be having a bad day or something like that, say less. I'm on my way up to the school to handle it right now. I'm going to handle it right now. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to stop whatever I'm doing. I'm going to handle it right now. Because I don't tolerate that type of respect. And I certainly wouldn't allow my daughter to do it and let it go unpunished. But this idea of getting a belt, the standing over her, you not going to apologize, she's not going to apologize, and then commencing to whooping her ass, it's just a bad look. And unfortunately, it puts her in a worse position, even though we as grown adults know she probably deserved an ass whooping. We know that. But unfortunately, the two don't fit. And it's not worth losing your job over.
I'm going to have to disagree a little bit. I mean, the woman grabbed her hair and hit her in the face with the belt. You know what I mean? Like, that's too far. And then drug her and then punching and swinging on her while she's laying on the ground. To me, man, that's too far. Right? That's a little bit, especially when you're grabbing her hair and hitting her in the face with a belt. I don't think anybody deserves that.
What exactly are you disagreeing with?
No, I mean, because we're saying she deserved that ass whipping. I don't think she deserved that ass whipping.
I would say, if you had two kids and one of your kids threw a pencil at your other kid and your kid reacted that way, you would get on the kid that reacted. Of course, you would say something to the kid that threw the pencil, but you would be on your other kid like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, that was a complete overreaction. That was ridiculous.
Right. That's anger. That's fucking anger management shit.
Absolutely.
I'm tired of these fucking kids.
Absolutely. And if that's the case, you need to quit.
Yeah.
Because again, somebody gonna come see you about their kid.
Hey, Tommy,
my daughter would have came home and I seen that video. Fuck her mama. I'm coming to see you, bitch.
Yeah,
Tommy,
the teachers
Tommy, you
get
know how I
fucked up.
knew I needed a vacation? I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I knew I needed a vacation. One night, we got a call for shots fired in the hood, and it was kids out there shooting off guns. Right now, we do our little investigation, whatever. But these kids was assholes, bro. Like they were just straight up assholes. They from the hood. And when I felt myself reaching for my pepper spray, I was like, I need a fucking vacation. I need to get away. I'm about to pepper spray children because they was pissing me off so much. Right? And they were throwing things at us and shit. Like it was like, nah, it was like I knew right then and there, and I did. I took the next 25 days off. And I needed to decompress. I need to recharge my batteries. For whatever reason, when we put these adults into these situations where you have to deal with people, we sometimes act like these people don't have feelings and emotions and shit don't bother them. They need an opportunity to decompress too, right? Nurses, right? Doctors, people who deal with senior living, right? I seen some of these older people mean as hell. I had a great aunt. She used to throw things at the nurse. I'm like, and I should tell her all the time, that nurse gonna beat your ass. It's just a matter of time. That nurse gonna beat your ass. So we need to get to a point where we give them some reprieve. And I also agree with Tommy when he said that she showed restraint at first, and then she somehow went to not showing it. It's a very interesting dynamic. It's unfortunate, but that was a frustration aspect. That was a frustration aspect.
Here is the real problem, though, gentlemen. You know, there was a time when children were raised to respect teachers, the preacher, the adults in charge. What happened in that classroom, unfortunately, is a bad reflection on some poor upbringing. I don't know. I bet you any kind of money there's something going on in that child's household. There's something happening that child's coming to school and has no respect for the teacher, for themselves. There's something going on, those kind of dynamics. Because I remember a time, even when I was in school, that the last thing I wanted was to have the teacher report something that I did wrong to my parents. Because the first thing you were thinking about is that, oh shit, my parents are going to whip my ass.
Did he freeze again?
Yeah, I think he froze again. I agree with him to a point, but I always go back on this when we talk about our come up and our revisionist history and us romanticizing our come up. There's always been class clowns. There's always, I would agree if somebody said there is more of that activity now, but you've always had class disruptors. Always. There's always been that one kid. But one thing I will say though, because like my older brother was one, and my dad would say, he would come up to that school because they got to the point they would threaten him with my dad. My dad would come up there and that motherfucker would sit up front and he would raise his hand for every question and all that shit. So I would agree with you if you said it was more, but I'm not gonna act like there was like these class disruptors just came out of nowhere. There's always been, that one or two kid that interrupt class on some stupid shit.
Hey, BMU, let me say this in response to that comment, because there's an idea that somehow this girl is not going to do this anymore.
So also wrong. It's
wrong.
Tough to look at that when also teachers are teaching fucking Cardi B songs and Sexy Red songs as well, right? We gotta look at the opposite side of the equation, right? Yeah, you have house clowns, and yeah, there's not structure in the home, but you also got to look at teachers, how they're dressing in class. Look at teachers and their teaching methods, right? They are also losing the respect of children as well. So we got to also look at that side of the equation, especially when you're teaching Sexy Red songs instead of, whatever the standard curriculum is.
Well, let's be clear. The teachers are not teaching Sexy Red songs. The teachers are not teaching Cardi B songs. They know these songs before. They know these songs before they go to school.
They're using that.
They know these songs.
They're
using it, but the word you used was teaching. They're not.
Okay, fine. Well, whatever. But the point of what I'm talking about is that teachers do not carry them with the same respect as before. Okay, then great.
I got it, but it's the wrong. It's the wrong word. But here's the issue. The issue is that there's a thought process that this girl won't do this anymore, and that's wrong. And I'm gonna tell you why it's wrong. You just made her a victim. So instead of teaching her that she was wrong and giving her the proper consequences, Now she got beat up, and she actually gets to play victim now.
Absolutely.
Her parents get to come to the school now and sue the school board now. Everything about her now puts her on the end where she seems as though she was victimized.
Wipe away her sins.
Right, exactly, Tommy. And that's the problem here. The problem here is you've literally absolved her from what she started. She started this whole thing. You've absolved her from it now because now she looks like the victim, and it's horrible. And now her mama gonna get some money behind it. Hell, her mama may send her to school and tell her, you know what, throw another pencil. Don't throw another pencil at another teacher. Get your ass whipped again so we can get some more money. Like, people think that this whole, oh, well, we got to sacrifice. No, you made it probably almost like a martyr almost. You made her out. Now she's coming out on the good end of this. And that's a huge problem, because what messages you just send to the other kids? What message you just send those other kids now?
I want to say this too, from what you were saying, hot sauce. You gotta understand, bro. That shit is like the extreme goofiness that's going on in school. That is not the norm. So when you got these weird teachers that's like, huh?
What's the extreme?
As far as like teachers coming in and like doing a sexy red song or something like that, that's not like a normal happening. And like I always tell people, I'm in California. It's literally almost don't get no more liberal than this. A lot of the bullshit that people think that's just going on in this country, I'm living in like the most liberal place ever. I have not yet gone to my daughter's school and seen any bullshit about these gender restrooms. It's so super pushed in social media and the news and stuff. In regular life, it's just not happening like that. It pops up every once in a while and it makes all of this noise on the news. But I'm not going to my daughter's school and she's going, yeah, my teacher was telling us about this new sexy red song. Like, it's not happening like that, bro. And even to get past that, again, we've always had class disruptors. So you go back to the 70s where they was listening to R&B love songs and shit, you still had a class disruptor. Like, so I wouldn't even necessarily say it's all the way in society. It's almost like a necessary evil in school. You just always had these kids in school. Again, the word class clown, that dates before us. Like, class clown isn't a new word. That it's always been class clowns. It's always been that social disruptor in the class that if everything gets quiet, they're gonna say something, they're gonna throw something, they're gonna pass a note. Like, that's always existed. I think, like I said, I think more kids are maybe participating in that, because it usually maybe be like 1 or 2 back in the day, and maybe it's like 3 or 4 or some shit like that. But a lot of these situations, I think when we see them, we speak on them as this is just a norm. Like, when my daughter talks to me about her class, you get the little goofy dude that'll like stand on the desk or something like that. But kids ain't come to school trying to whoop their teachers' asses every day. It's just not an everyday occurrence type shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not saying that this is common, but what I'm saying is that teachers don't have the same respect as what Information Man said back in the past, right? And a lot of that is to, again, I said, not only teaching Sexy Red and Cardi B, but also the way they dress, right? The way they dress, the way they come to school, becoming less and less conservative. I'm not saying all, right? But I'm just saying it's becoming more commonplace. I'm not even saying majority, but I'm just saying that over time, right? Teachers are also adding to the disrespect that children have. And because I'm agreeing with you, it's part not having discipline and structure in your home. It's also part teachers becoming more liberal in the way they dress and the way they're teaching, and the more of I want to be your friend instead of authority figure, right? It's a combination of things. That's all I'm saying.
But even like the dressing thing, like, again, and I say this because I'm actively in real life going up to schools and stuff. It ain't too many times I'm going up to the school and seeing the teacher going, God damn. You know where I usually see that at? Social media. It's some teacher on there like, God damn. But
every school has that goddamn teacher. Come on, man. I had that in the 90s. Everybody has that 1 or 2.
No. But what I'm saying is, you're making my point. So in order for your point to be valid, that would mean that it's gotten progressively worse. And what I'm telling you is, again, I'm not walking into these schools and
But that's
going,
what I'm saying.
God damn, like it's most of these teachers are dressed damn near the same way. Again, you might have that one or two that, you know, might be a little bit on the edge, but I ain't too much went into no school and just been like, damn, she look like she ready to go to a club or some shit.
Hey, Tommy,
but it's
boy,
increasing,
my son,
bro. That's all I'm saying.
My oldest boy got a teacher, bro. He got my son got a couple of them. Man, Tommy, I went and seen them teachers, boy. When I tell you they fine as, I hope my wife anyway. Baby, I'm sorry, I gotta say it. They fine as shit, bro. I see why my son love her class. I say I see why.
Fine is different because I agree with that because they wasn't looking the way they was looking now. Back like we had, you know, Miss Prickly that had gray hairs and a mustache and this, that, and the other. Nowadays, like these teachers look like they be damn near, you know, 25, 22, some shit. So I would say that, but I'm just saying,
but like fucking middle school teachers, right? They're a bit younger, or at least in the area I come from.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know when I don't remember having too many younger teachers growing up.
I didn't either. I didn't either. All my
like them motherfuckers. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll say this. Maybe because I was so young, I just thought they was all older, and I looked at them that way.
Okay.
And maybe that's like that. Maybe that's the perspective. Now I'm the older one. I'm looking back and going, I'm either the same age or older than a lot of these teachers. So maybe that's it.
Yeah, because a lot of these middle school teachers are around what late 20s, early 30s. At least in my area, I'll just say that.
No, but no, what you're saying, Hot Sauce, makes perfectly sense. Because like when I think about it, I'm like, it don't even make sense. Like literally in my head, if I just quickly think about it, I damn near would think I don't have a teacher younger than 45 damn near. But if I really think about it, that kind of don't make sense because you kind of go to college, get out, and then that's literally what you go and do. So
yeah,
I think maybe just because I was so young, I looked at them like they was just way so much older than me. In actuality, they was probably just in their 20s. So yeah, I can see that.
Because if you're 10 years old, 30 is old as shit, right? When
yeah, exactly.
Right. So, but I mean, because we have a lot of teacher colleges where I come from. So there's always a 25-year-old working in some school, right? Always, every year, there's a new 25 somewhere, 25-year-old some chick somewhere.
Well, I appreciate you guys for coming up, man. We about to shut down the party.
All right, man, take it easy.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you and Tommy, man. Tommy, thank you for coming. Thank you, Hot Sauce, and everybody else that came up. I appreciate you, my guy. And I want to say, hey guys, thank you for coming in and enjoying the show today. I know everybody's about to go enjoy the Super Bowl and enjoy the festivities with Usher at halftime. Enjoy yourselves, enjoy your families. Until next time, guys, you know, I appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe button if you want to give. You see the cash up at the bottom of the screen here. And man, I look forward to seeing you guys next time. We out. Peace.
Subscribe now.